So the question is of a student of the Kabbala Center, how do I know if I restrict, if it's a real restriction? You know, in Kabbalah we're learning that the physical target that we need to have on earth is to restrict. We know that the goal is to become one with the light, force of the Creator, which is what will give us to receive all what the Creator wants to give us, which means to fulfill the purpose of creation, which is that we will be able to receive this endless joy, happiness, pleasure, and fulfillment that the Creator wants to give us. But in order to do that on earth, if you will say one thing, the target is restriction. But how do I know if I do the real restriction? Restriction, in a simple way, means to resist our desires for the self alone, our selfishness, our reactive behavior, the fear about myself, etc. It's like to resist it, to resist the doubts, to resist all of those negative forces, somehow to resist it. The resistance, the restriction, restricting myself from doing it or from thinking like that or from saying it, it's restriction. That's the simple form of it. So it's a very good question because we can suppress desire, not to restrict them, which is different than the Kabbalistic restriction. To suppress the desire, it's like a person that is angry. So he learned in Kabbalah they shouldn't get angry. So he's not allowing himself to get angry. But deep inside he's still angry. So the anger is not gone. It's just been suppressed. So eventually the anger will come out because you didn't transform yourself. You just resist it superficially. So that's not doing the change. The restriction is when you manage to connect to the light. The rule is that when you do real restriction, you connect it to the light. You reconnect yourself to the system. You feel again cleave to the system. You understand what to do, what not to do. You are channeled. You moving on. Your feelings are balanced. You're not feeling controlled by positive or negative feeling, love or hate, etc. You're channel. You feel that you are in control. You feel that the light is with you. You feel that the blessing is with you. You feel that when you say something, when you do something, you are not alone. You're doing something positive. You are a beacon of light. You are helpful, etc. So you feel with the light. If you don't feel after restriction with the light, it means you didn't do the restriction yet. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't resist altogether? The answer is no. Because sometimes we need to resist few times, and even though it's going to be a little bit suppressing, it's not going to be 100%, eventually, by doing it, we will find the way to really do it. So by doing it over and over and over in the wrong way, intending to do it in the right way, which means to transform to become a sharing person, to resist my anger, not because I shouldn't be angry, because it's wrong altogether. I mean, it's an illusion that try to make me angry. I shouldn't blame this person for that. It's nothing to do with me try to blame him. And if I want to share with that person, that would be different, to put him in place. There's another way how to do that would be much more practical. So it's not about not sharing with that person, not telling him. Maybe one day I need to tell this person, not from anger, from a good place. Or it's to find the way to connect with the light, not to lose the connection with the light, not to lose with the connection with doing things not for myself alone. Always to do things for the sharing aspect. So the answer is the real restriction in when immediately you put the switch on. The light is on in the moment that you restrict. If you don't feel that you're with the light, you didn't do the real restriction. But you need to train to do not the real restriction till you find the real restriction. So continue till you find the real restriction, then you will feel the light is on. Because every time that you restrict, you reconnect. You have an affinity with the light and you start to just channel it. That's how it goes. Thank you.